Stepping Stone for season 7, episode 1 of Game of Thrones. And it's a new season, so I'm going to make it really short and sweet. Just talk about the important parts of the episode, summarizing what happened, not getting in too far in depth, but at the end of it all, I'll be giving a couple predictions on what I think will happen through the course of this year and maybe possibly next year. Never know when something might happen. Want to give out a shout out to Daniel on Loreti TV for definitely, recommending my channel. I have a small channel, but hoping to grow it a little bit larger. And I'm actually partnering with Channel Clip as well, and he's actually partnering with Channel Clip as well. It's a website that basically promotes your YouTube for free and allows you to gain another audience that you otherwise wouldn't have not have been exposed to, because if you're only on YouTube, some people are just not on YouTube. So I'll just, go ahead and tell you a little bit more about that in the later months. But for right now, let's go ahead and focus on Game of Thrones. This is the Throne Room. My name is Elle, and we'll go ahead and begin right now. Now, at this time currently, what happens is at the beginning of the cold opening, Arya has a party with the Freys, and she kills everybody. And she tells the girl at the end, if someone asks you what happened, tell them that winter came for the Freys. I thought that was a really good thing to do, being that they killed her mother, so she just gave out what was given to her. Bran arrives at the wall, very close to Winterfell, and he does a very creepy, sort of like a psychic like reading on one of the commanders, the newest commander of the wall, and they let him in after announcing that he's Eddard Stark's son. They let him through the wall. After that, what happens is Jon and Sansa have a power struggle, as many people have already predicted. There would be a power struggle between them, and it's due to what happened with the Karstark and Umber's ancestral home. Sansa wanted to give out the home to loyal family that actually did not go against them in the Battle of the Bastards, and as we all know, their brother died during that time, which the Karstarks and Umbers gave over to Ramsay. So that's definitely something I can get where she's coming from, but it does her a little service, being that Jon just kind of looks at her like, please, honey, like, you're smarter, and I should be taking advice from you. Next thing you know, she does give a little bit of a admiration type line about Cersei, and he can actually see it, and he says, well, it sounds like you actually admire her, so I'm not sure. And then she basically says, I learned a lot from her. And that's the end of all that. Moving forward, what happens is Cersei's on the other side of the about 1,000 miles away, planning a war. Has a man painting, maps of Westeros, much like the Targaryens did, but she actually has a plan for it, and she talks about how everybody's her enemy and all this extra stuff, that she's always paranoid, everybody's after her. Well, I'm going to give you some advice, Cersei. If you actually didn't act like that, then you wouldn't have to worry about enemies. But that's just how it is, I guess, when you're a monarch. You feel like everybody's after you. She's kind of like the Mad King, but yet she's a Lannister, so it's just weird. But let's just move forward. Jaime confronts her about what happened with Tom, and she